At listenuptv.com, we take faith conversations one step deeper. Check out our blogs, send us your questions, and let us know what you think. That's listenuptv.com.
Over here you have a desk, chest of drawers, you have a nightstand, a light, an alarm.
It's mine?
Yes, sir. What?
Never had one before.
What, a room to yourself?
A bed.
It's a movie that's helping launch a national conversation on giving older youth without parents a second chance at being in a family. Virginia Rowden directs social policy for the Ontario Children's Aid. Virginia, why is this such a hard topic to have a conversation about, giving older youth family?
And I think, Lorna, so many of us know young people who are struggling. And sometimes we're afraid to ask the really pointed question, how are you doing? Or as in the movie, the mother asked, where are you sleeping tonight? Your kids, my kids, our sisters and brothers and aunts and uncles, we all know people in our family who aren't doing well at different points of their lives. But we have this sort of social etiquette about let's not ask that question in case it's too intrusive.
Literally, we should ask
We should
at-risk
be
kids.
asking. We can see them.
Where are you sleeping tonight?
Or, you know, I think just a few questions to kids will help you. We know, we can see the kids who aren't doing well. I think we just have to be very honest with ourselves that we can recognize that they need help, and really all that needs to happen is the first question to start the conversation.
If we don't explore this idea of taking care of older youth when they've aged out in foster care, what are the risks they face?
Well, the risks they face are the ones that they're facing today. So we've got young people who are leaving family care at 16 and 17 years old. That's the way our system in terms of the Child and Family Services Act is constructed. The normal kids in normal families in Canada are leaving home at the age of 27, 26, 27. That's the last time they leave home. For our kids, the first and the last time they're leaving home is when they're 17, before their 18th birthday. So if you imagine kids in care who have struggled, the reason they're in care, they are in care for a reason. They've had trauma, they've had loss. They're generally behind their peers in terms of school, their emotional development. And we're expecting those kids to be able, at the age of 17 and a half, to launch themselves into an independent life where they have to get an apartment, learn how to do their laundry, budget, buy groceries, cook, manage all of their financial affairs, and go to school. And we already know that they're a couple of years behind in school. They're not finished high school yet. And then we expect them to do all this and get a part-time job because they need to do that to survive. So then we ask ourselves, why? What are the risks? It's almost impossible to make it with that kind of a challenge in front of you.
Okay, we want to go now to a mother you've introduced us to, Marjorie Snyder. And she did adopt an 18-year-old. Actually, an 18-year-old approached her and said, will you adopt me? Let's listen to Marjorie's description of what happens when youth leave their corporate parent of social services.
So you go, you leave, you turn 18, so your birthday actually becomes the worst day of your life in some cases because you lose your family. You go into your apartment, and that night you kind of lay in a bed, and I'm sure you look up at a ceiling and you wonder, what's going to happen?
Virginia, is that really how bleak it is?
The 18th birthday is a very bleak day. And yes, that is how bleak it is. But I think for most kids, if they decide to stay on, the real critical point comes on their 21st birthday, when they know there's actually no option to come back for any kind of support from the agency at all.
Virginia Rowden, Child and Family Services, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And when we come back, the end of the road for a girl who had been placed in 22 different homes.
It made me resent foster homes. I didn't want to go back.